The Kingdom of Blue, Chapter 1. Jade sat in her apartment living room, looking out the window as cars flew by on the highway. She was just thinking about what her daily life was like in this place called, well, she knew it by a few names, but the real name is codename Iceberg. This she had learned from her teacher years ago, who one day told them about the other 4 kingdoms. He told them the names of these kingdoms, but they were a bit of a blur. She did not even want to think of them right now. He just kept saying facts about these other kingdoms and yelling, "Remember!" so many times that she knew every fact by heart. Not that it would change much anyway. And the next day, their government, otherwise known as the Killers, came in and told them he had gone crazy, and he was yelling out random things he made up. They said it was not worth remembering and to forget. They made the whole class go in a white, colorless room where they gave everyone a sip of a blue liquid that she could not identify. It tasted bitter when she tried it, and the adult in the room chanted in time with each other the words "forget" over and over again for some reason she could not figure out. After it was over, they all left. She tried to talk to her friends about it the next day, but nobody knew what she was talking about, so she decided to play along. After that day, the teacher never came back. She asked her peers when they thought he would be back, but again, nobody knew what she was talking about or who. She would always remember him. She would never forget him or what he said that day. The sound of her doorbell ringing pulled her out of her thoughts. She got out of her chair, the long, light blue fabric of her dress slowly following her every move, her long, silk-like brown hair flowing down her back, easily reaching her hips. She crossed her apartment to the front door. She looked into her kitchen and bedroom as she went by, taking in everything as she walked by, seeing things she sees every day. Before she even opens the door, she knew exactly who was behind it. The door swung open to reveal a male her age. He was tall, with brown hair that almost covered one eye. His eyes were the same color as everyone else in the kingdom, blue. He wears a short-sleeved shirt in a dark shade of blue, and jeans a light faded shade of blue, and light blue high tops. "Hello, Freddie," says Jade. "Here to pick me up for our date walk in the park?" He smiles and says, "Yes, Jade. Are you ready?" She blushes. "Yes, I am." He leans in to hug her, but she stops him. "We are not allowed to hug until 5 months. It has been 3, she says with a frown. "Right," he says. He looks down the hallway that leads to the rooms on that floor to see if anyone is there, but looks back with a frown, and his eyes look down at the floor. He holds the door for her. "I can hold my doors." As she says this, she almost trips on her blue-colored wedges the Killers gave to her for when she can hug him. "But for some reason, I just cannot walk today." Freddie smiled as she said this. As they walked to the elevator, they talked about what they were going to do in the park. In the elevator, there were 2 people that they knew. They were in a relationship just like them. They all stood there waiting to get to the lobby. It would take a while since they were on the floor 100,